Hey guys, how's it going? It's Tuesday night, about 10:30 p.m. here in Osaka, Japan. I just want to give you an update of my life, like you really want to hear that, but I thought I wanted to differentiate myself from J-vloggers. You know what? I'm not a J-vlogger. I'm not interested in the J-vlogging community, and it really grinds my gears that a lot of people see this channel as like a J-vlogging channel. This is not a J-vlogging channel. This is my personal channel. I may not always be in Japan, but this channel will follow me everywhere I go for the rest of my life, hopefully. So stick around for Ryan Boundless, but don't stick around for Japan-related material. Yeah, so this month has been a big month of changes. First in July, I started out with a vegan diet. My goal was to lose that middle-aged gut, get rid of that. I know when you see me in videos, I don't look fat or anything, but I see it, you know. When I look in the mirror, you see your old self when you were 20. I'm almost 40 now, so, you know, you look in the mirror, you see, you remember yourself when you were 20, you're like, and then you look at yourself now and you're like, oh, this sucks. So yeah, just trying to, you know, get rid of the gut, and it's not too bad, but it's just, you know, I don't know. I talked to my best friend, and he's like, you know what, you're just having a hard time accepting that the things that come along with getting old. And I'm like, well, yeah, I can accept. I know some things just I can't help, like balding, getting wrinkles and stuff like that, but I can control my weight and the way my body looks and my health to some degree, so I'm going to try as hard as I can. So in July, I started this vegan diet, and my goal was to cut down the body fat. And I didn't really have a lot of guidance about what I was doing. I've never tried to be a vegan before. I was actually a vegetarian though for 8 years, from the ages of 14 to 22, and it went smoothly, and I didn't have any problems. But this time around, for some reason, I guess it was cutting out all the dairy and all the meat. I thought that it would help me, but to tell you the truth, I've been sick ever since I started that diet. I mean, at first it started out with diarrhea and just crazy gas. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing to talk about, but yeah, I was like clearing crowds, that kind of bad. Anyways, yeah, just really upset stomach, and that went on for like 2 weeks. You know, I was like, okay, tough it out, man. Your body just, it's going through change because you're shocking it with all these nutrients. And what I read about was that it's all the fiber. Your body's not used to digesting all that fiber, and that's what causes the diarrhea and all that nasty stuff. But I got over that after about 2 weeks, and then after that I just got sick, like some kind of a fever, cold kind of thing. I had a fever every day. So obviously my immune system was sacrificed, and I don't know if this is because of the vegan diet. It could have just been a virus, you know, not related to the vegan diet. But basically what I'm saying is I've been sick ever since I started that vegan diet. And then recently I've just felt like I had no energy at all. Like in the middle of the day I'll just want to take a nap. I have no energy to do anything, no sex drive. So today I finally broke, and I was just like, God, I gotta just get some nutrients into my body, something that will calm me down. And I went out to the supermarket for lunch, and I bought some liver, and I cooked that up, and I mixed that up with some potatoes and some beans. Oh man, that was some good eating. And I feel a little bit better now. I'm starting to get my energy back. I'm not this crazy ass carnivore that has to have blood on my face to feel like I'm eating a raw animal, to feel like a man. I'm not like that, but I might eat meat once in a while just to keep myself balanced, or maybe just fish and maybe occasionally chicken. But yeah, I hope I start feeling better. And then another thing I wanted to tell you is that last week Ria moved out. She moved into that apartment. I put another video up about that. That was actually her apartment, so she was paying rent on it. I think when I see her now, I'm really going to enjoy that time with her, whereas when I saw her every day, I was just taking it for granted. And I know some of you guys out there are really jealous. I actually got to escape from my girlfriend, and you're wishing, God damn, I wish I could get away from my girlfriend or my wife. Lucky bastard. Yeah, I am lucky. I'm free. and I love it. So like it's like 10:30 right now, and I'm working on my music, you know, and I'm just doing what I want to do. I'll eat dinner when I want to eat dinner. I don't have to arrange my schedule to, you know, so I have to eat dinner with Rie, and then like, you know, most likely if I was working on my music, she would want me to be spending time with her or talking to her, and you know, it's just this way. It's just low stress. You know, when I want to be by myself, I can do my own stuff, and when I want to be with her, we can meet up and have fun and hang out. So I think this is great and this is awesome. And I think we're planning a trip to go back overseas again during the winter, and we're probably going to stay together then. So, you know, it all balances out. And then another thing people have been asking me about is Suzu. And, you know, what happened to Suzu? Well, it's a long story and a complicated story, and I'm going to try to simplify it as much as possible. But basically, since she was a kitten, we got her rabies vaccination in Mexico. And the law here in Japan is that after your pet gets rabies vaccination, they have to be quarantined. That means they can't come to Japan for 6 months after they get their vaccination. So we couldn't bring her back to Japan even though we wanted to. I mean, we wanted to do what's best for her, and I thought that she would be happy in Mexico. I thought she would be happy at my dad's place because he has a pretty big house and she can just run around and be crazy. Whereas if she lived here, she would be indoors all day. And she was a really active cat, and I think she needed to be outdoors. The problem was that my dad didn't like her. He didn't warm up to her. As soon as we got there, and just on a daily occurrence, he was making kind of negative. You know, he's kind of a passive-aggressive guy. Like, he won't straight up just tell you, like, no, I don't want you to bring your cat here. I'm not interested in your cat. But just like day by day, he was just making little remarks, and I could tell he wasn't happy with the situation. And it was really kind of a hopeless and frustrating situation because we couldn't bring her back to Japan. And it got to the point where my dad was making these little snide remarks, and I just said, look, if you don't want to take care of her, that's okay, but please tell me now because I need to find an alternative plan for somebody to take care of her while we go back to Japan. And he said, no, that's okay, I'll take care of her. But, you know, I should have read his body language, and I should have read what was really going on, and that's that he didn't like her, he didn't want to take care of her. And so when, you know, when we left, he's like, oh yeah, we're going to take care of her and everything, she'll be fine. And I said, okay, well, I'll come back and get her in 6 months, you know, next winter, and we'll take her off your hands. As soon as I got back to Japan, he's like, he said, we're going to give Suzu away. And I said, you can't, you shouldn't give Suzu away, or you can't give Suzu away because she's not your cat to give away. And that was not the agreement we had. And he said, well, you neglected her. You just left her here and you went back to Japan. And I just felt really helpless when he said that because, you know, first of all, I rescued Suzu from some bushes. Somebody had just thrown her in some bushes the day she was born and left her to die, and I rescued her. So if I ever wanted to neglect Suzu, why would I have even rescued her in the first place? And I estimate that we spent close to $1,000 on Suzu's medical needs and everything, and bringing her to Japan, that cost money, or bringing her to Mexico, that cost money. So, I mean, if I want to neglect an animal, why would I spend $1,000 on that animal before I neglected it? It just doesn't make sense. And so my dad told me that he told me he gave the cat to a daughter of one of his friends, a 14-year-old girl. And then a couple days later he changed his story and he said, I ended up not giving the cat away, we're going to keep Suzu because she's warmed up to us. And then after that, a couple days later, he said, oh, Suzu got in some big fight. We heard a big fight up the street, and I think she got in a fight with a possum and it killed her. And that's the last I heard, and that was probably 2 months ago. And I haven't heard from my dad since. You know, I don't know. His stories just don't add up, and I don't think possums even eat cats. I don't think cats even have predators, but it is possible she got in a fight, but cats don't kill each other when they fight. That's what somebody told me. Somebody who knows about cats. So I don't know. There's just a lot of holes in this story, and I feel really bad and helpless that I have to deal with my dad in this way. This is not how I envision. This is not how I envision a ideal father-son relationship. It's just a messy situation, and anyways, that's the deal with Suzu. So the final answer is I don't know. I don't know where she is or if she's okay, and it's a really frustrating and sad situation. I think about her every day. I feel anger every day about this situation, and I miss her dearly, and I hope she's okay, and I hope I can go back and get her and make things right again. That's all I want to do. Anyways, I think I've been talking enough here, and I hope you enjoyed these stories, even though I'm not dancing around like a clown entertaining you, but that's what's been going on with my life recently, and I'm out.